Today we are going to talk about what are the key fundamentals that you need to really follow in order to become fit and healthy in a natural way. So whether that is fat loss, whether that is muscle building or reversing lifestyle diseases, you don't need to do anything additional or special. A lot of people end up thinking that you have to do some kind of a diet which is boring, you have to do a lot of exercise, you have to have a very high level of dedication towards your health and fitness, and you have to do something really special to actually be fit. And we don't blame them for thinking this way, because the majority of people in India and in the world are now either overweight, obese, or have lifestyle diseases. The percentage is now more than 70%. The thing that will make it very easy for you to become fit and healthy naturally is to understand that being fit and healthy is your default state. Your natural state, if you do only natural things, is to be fit and healthy. Because if you look 100 years back, again, less than 1% of the population was overweight, obese, or had any of these lifestyle diseases. And they weren't doing anything special for their fitness. They were just living life. But the environmental factors and what they were doing was such that they were actually fit and healthy. Because your genes have evolved over a long period of time so that you are able to survive and thrive in the environment. Your body is already optimally designed in a way that suppose you do natural things, you are actually going to be fit and healthy. Now, what are these natural things? It's eating natural food items. Everything that has happened after the Industrial Revolution, making food in a factory or laboratory, is actually very bad for you. Suppose you are making food at home in the same way that people used to cook, say 100 years back or 150 years back, using the same type of utensils, using the same cooking method, and you're using same natural ingredients coming from nature, from farming, from if you're non-veg, then you're rearing chicken, etc. If you're doing that, cooking everything in a traditional way with spices, with ghee, with cold pressed oils, you're definitely going to be fit and healthy. What about physical activity? People were very physically active throughout their lives traditionally, because they used to be doing farming, they used to be making tools, they used to be outdoor, there used to be a lot of physical labor, and that was your work. You would do physical work to survive. Now you do mental work to survive. So now you're sitting and the whole day pretty much goes in sedentary work. It is mentally challenging work which does consume calories, but your body requires you to be physically active as well. So you have to do regular exercise, take walks if you're working, take breaks if you're working, look in the distance, make sure that you're not only looking at things in the very vicinity, make sure that you're looking far away as well, so that your eyes also get rest. Your eyes are meant to look far away as well as nearby. But if you keep looking nearby, that's how you actually end up with specs as well. This is a problem that I also have. I also have specs, though now I'm trying to correct it in a natural way. So physical activity is super important. All of these factors have an explanation in the natural realm, that this is what you should do because this is what traditionally our ancestors did. And all of these things also have an explanation in the scientific realm. If you look at it from science as well, science also tells you the same thing. Having these packaged processed foods has a lot of chemical preservatives, added sugar, artificial sweeteners, stabilizers, colors, flavors. Each of these E320, E321, many of them are actually getting banned slowly. All of these preservatives are getting banned. Some of them are banned in some countries, some of them are banned in some other country. So there's a lot of research already. But why do we need to wait for that research? The principle is clear. As soon as you start eating these packaged processed food items, you're going to end up with all these lifestyle diseases. In fact, there was a study that showed that if you are having artificial sweeteners, if you're a pregnant woman, 7 years afterwards, after you have delivered, your kid may end up with hyperactivity. And that is because you had artificial sweeteners 7 years before. So you don't know what kind of effects these chemical preservatives, added sugar, artificial sweeteners, all these unnatural things that we are putting into our food, we don't know what effect it's going to have. So let's just avoid it completely. So basically, don't eat any packaged processed food, don't eat anything that's unnatural, made in a laboratory or factory, and do physical activity through the day. Don't be sedentary only. And even if you're having a sedentary job, do your walking, do your physical activity through the day. Before you start work, ideally, first thing in the morning, after you wake up and get ready, what we suggest is do your workout and then eat. You have already had a long period of fasting after your dinner, and when you are in a fasted state, it mimics your natural environment, how people used to actually go out for hunting or farming or doing any physical activity, the incentive for doing that is because you're hungry. So that is what we are trying to replicate. Stay hungry, and from a scientific point of view also, when you're hungry, you've already burnt your glycogen reserves. In your exercise, you're only going to burn stored fat. That's an amazing thing. Again, you can actually have great fat loss. So both from a scientific perspective as well as an evolutionary perspective, this is great. Do your exercise first thing in the morning, through the day as well. Go and take walks, be physically active. If you want to play a sport, you can actually play a sport in the evening as well. I mean, as many chances as you have to be physically active, take those. The third thing is sleep. Again, evolutionarily, people used to sleep on time because there was no electricity. There's no electricity, then there's no incentive, like you don't have any lights, so you can't really stay late. And of course, no electricity, no internet, nothing. So you're going to just sleep at night, on time that too. Your sunlight and sunset would actually determine your sleep timings, which is really good. So a few hours after sunset, melatonin hormone starts releasing because it's dark. Your light cells actually respond to the light, and then they create signals to the body that chalo, it's time, now it's time to start sleeping. So melatonin hormone starts going up and you feel drowsy and you have a great night's sleep. But now you're looking at screens, you have artificial lights through the day, you have activities, you have parties through the night. So you're in a hyperactive mode already. Light cells are completely active. Your melatonin hormone does not release. You don't get as good quality sleep. So sleep on time, around 10:30 p.m. Wake up naturally without an alarm. Eat your dinner by 7:30 p.m. Between 7:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. also keep your lights dim. Every day you will have a different wake up time. You may have the same sleep time, but your wake up time should not be fixed. Do not ever wake up with an alarm because it messes with your hormonal system. You want yourself to wake up naturally without an alarm. Now the fourth factor is sunlight. You have to go outside, be outdoors as much as possible, get direct sunlight, plus also have sunlight in the shade if you feel it's too hot. But direct sunlight is also very critical. Minimum total 1 hour of sunlight is required every day, but this is just minimum. If you look at laborers or farmers, they're outside throughout the day and they're actually pretty fit. And traditionally also people used to be outdoors for hours and hours and hours, almost through the day, and they were very less indoors, and that's what we have to try to replicate. And the fifth factor is stress. Rather, the opposite is what we suggest. Be motivated, set your goals and take action towards the goals. Don't get stressed out over every small thing. Rather, don't get stressed out on anything because it only reduces your ability to get work done and also is very bad for your health. So those are the key principles that you need to follow. Get back to a natural and traditional lifestyle and you're going to get great results. Whether it's fat loss, you can lose 10 kgs in 3 months. If it's PCOD, PCOS, thyroid, diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure issues, in 6 months you will totally reverse it. Even doctors and people are going to be shocked that how have you done it. And it's not by dieting, it's not by doing some specific exercise regime, not by having some specific food item like green tea which is burning your fat, not by putting a belt across your waist and then letting that do the work, or not by doing surgeries. So it's all natural, just by, and it's not some great effort. It's understanding the principles, implementing the principles and making it a habit, and you'll start really enjoying this. This is the lifestyle that I live as well. Take it from me and take it from the thousands of people who have become totally fit and healthy with Fit Galaxy naturally. So look forward to seeing you on the other side. Thank you.